Hey everybody, it's Paul here from Ballistic Blood Bullets, back with some more monsterific mayhem from Gamera. And this is the Gamera Trilogy, the Blu-ray set of 3 movies. Really pleased to have this, and as soon as it arrived, not only checked it out, but sat down and watched all 3 movies back to back, and what a fantastic experience. Really big fun stuff. Really enjoyed this. It's been a long time since I've watched the films. This is the cover case for the set of 3 movies. Nothing overly bedecked with sort of anything special, but it tells its own story. It's got a picture of one of the creatures from the Gamera trilogy, so it's not actually showing Gamera himself on the front cover. Bit of a shame there, but I can assure you that he dominates the films, definitely, and that's what we like, some good Gamera action. And as I say, this is the slipcase for the set of 3 movies, which come contained on 2 Blu-ray discs. And what we have is a film on each side of the disc, and disc 2 with film 3 comes complete with bonus material, and that bonus material is in itself very much worth checking out. It comes with 3 1-hour behind the scenes productions and action, setup sequences, effects from all 3 movies. So we get a dedicated hour to each of the films. So we have Gamera, Guardian of the Universe, Gamera 2, Attack of the Legion, and Gamera 3, Revenge of Iris. And all 3 movies come in a very well delivered DTS soundtrack, and we have the options of 5.1 DTS, 5.1 Dolby Digital, and they do come, all 3 films, with either original Japanese language and English subtitles, or the option for those who are not too keen on the subtitles and having to watch the film and also read. It also comes with an English dub. My preference was most definitely to watch the films in the original Japanese language with the English subtitles, which are really well done, very clear, very well rendered, and it just is the complete experience, because rather than having the film come across as being a little bit hokey and sometimes jocular, it isn't that way. Gamera, this incarnation during the 90s, is more of a serious theme, and it is aimed more at an adult audience, and it works so really well for that. But anyway, without further ado, let's look at the films, and it's time for me to simply say, lights, Gamera, action. Here we go. Here we go with the first disc, excuse me, which contains, as I say, both the first 2 entries into this 90s series, and we have Gamera, Guardian of the Universe. This movie was made in 1995, and we have Gamera protecting the Earth against the awakened might of the Gaios. And the Gaios are a prehistoric pterodactyl-like flying creature, and there's 3 of them at the start of this movie, and they all have a hunger for meat, and that includes human beings, and no one is safe on the streets with these giant birds flying down, sweeping down, carrying off not only family pets but human beings as well. They're birds of a feather, they are not, and Gamera has to pluck them off. Spectacular stuff and great practical effects galore throughout this film, and it's great to have Gamera back, and with a far more mature audience in mind. As I say, this delivers for a more adult cinema going audience. Kids will find a lot to enjoy but excuse me, it is aimed more so at that audience of a more adult nature. Now, forgive me for jumping around, but I'm actually now going to look at number 3 in the series. I'll come back to the reason behind that in a moment. But here we have Gamera, Revenge of Iris. Look at that classic cover. Now this is what we like to see. Gamera on the front cover, and he's up against a mighty creature here, who, believe it or not, is actually a hybrid, a horror hybrid of the Gaios. Yes, the Gaios are back in part 3 of this 90s series, having been kicked in the butt in number 1. They come back, gluttons for punishment for sure. But Gamera 3, Revenge of Iris. As I say, we have the Gaios back from the darkest regions, and Gamera is on hand once again to swipe at them. But this time there is this mutant Gaios hybrid, and he is one very big bird, and definitely not the one from Sesame Street. Now, there is an overuse of CGI in this entry. The movie's still good and it's good fun, but for me it wasn't really the way to end the series. I really enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but the standard of these films set such a high precedent with the first one. And just coming to number 2 in a moment, which the reason I'm leaving it to last is because it just blew me away. But this is a fun film, but as I say, it is over-reliant on the CGI more so than the practical effects, which takes it away from what it's all about, the goodness that is Gamera, which a little bit of a shame, but still so very pleased to have all 3 of these movies and collected in this very nice Blu-ray set. But let's get to the goodness that is Gamera, Attack of the Legion, number 2 in the series. And as I say, for me, it is a truly gigantic Gamera monster marathon. Absolutely love this film. It is spectacular, and it is laden with some blood and gore, lots of action that we love, but a fantastic story as well. I absolutely adore this movie. It is one big monsterific fun action movie from Japan, and I would say it is as captivating as a Tyler Preston 20 YouTube party with Godzilla as the main guest. Now, for me, what was evident from the start of the film was a connection with a certain Hollywood production that came many years later, but clearly is influenced by this Gamera film. And what we have in Gamera 2, Attack of the Legion, is Gamera up against an alien entity invasion, an organic creature who takes root in the Tokyo subway and spawns evil crab-like creatures in their hordes to protect it whilst it metamorphosizes. It's so very interesting because it's just almost scene for scene like Cloverfield. That's the film that I have in mind when I'm watching this film, but Cloverfield came many years later, but it so seems to be highly influenced by this Gamera entry, drawing from its incredible monster imagery and creature effects. And the end battle sequence between Gamera and the resultant alien creature is just superb, and the marauding legion of scaly crab-like parasites is just truly fantastic stuff. I can't praise this movie enough. I really truly enjoyed it. It's wonderful. If I'm going to sit down and watch these films again and again and again, the one that I'm going to watch the most is going to be Gamera 2, Attack of the Legion. And friends and family, anybody into these monster movies, That's the one that I'm going to recommend without question. Wonderful, wonderful stuff indeed. Absolutely love it. All three movies highly recommended, and just such great escapism and fun. As I mentioned at the end of disc 2 and after the third film, there is a bonus of 3 hours of behind the scenes as well. Not shot or certainly not shown and treated to the high definition Blu-ray format, but still pretty good DVD quality, and definitely worth checking out. It's great to have all these films on Blu-ray though. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful stuff. And whether you watch them with the Japanese original language and subtitles, or in the not so good English dubbed version, doesn't matter. Just check the films out, watch them, experience them and enjoy them, because without question they truly are monsterific. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. See you all soon. Bye for now.